how would you do in technical side for backupping, imaging?
I mean, as usual, there will be a secured like a copy of that particular information. We do a proper physical imaging of that particular device, whatever storage media we are getting. If it is hard disk, there will be two copies. One will be working
and master copy.
Master copy. So that is like very ground basic rules only we follow.
For master copy for the court, working copy for the police.
Working copy. There is a cardinal rule of forensics. No, never work with originals.
Yeah.
We have to stick to that. No matter whether we are working for private sector or a government sector, never work with originals. That is something which we are always like told.
Yeah, the master copy is very secure.
Very secure.
Yeah, after we are hash value, taking the hash of the whole files, and we are sealing that.
Yes. And nowadays, if you see some of the mobile phones which got stolen around northeastern areas and all, there are different types of softwares which can change IMEI also, and that adds up a problem. Because IMEI was one such thing which we kept, okay, this is something constant. We can find out few information about mobile phones. Now IMEI can change, means what can be done? So that creates a problem. So evidence handling also is seeing a model shift. So as a forensic experts also and the students also, they need to get acquainted to this particular shift. They need to understand AI is not only for them. AI is also for criminals. So if you are developing yourself, they are also developing.
Yeah, and recently, yesterday, I got a mail from our company director. I have question. A mail. His name on that mail. I got a mail that how could you send me a 35,100 is urgent for me. It's a mail through contact. Okay, just I call him directly. He's not. Then I check that he's using a mail ID. It's not his mail ID, official mail ID. But it's a mail ID with another domain. Then I checked that it's a AI tool for that. It's an app. I didn't telling that name of that app here. Say app is there. It's officially it's banned in India, but are using an VPN, we can get that. That app have template email IDs, WhatsApp numbers, WhatsApp IDs, and international phone numbers in that app. He used that, and I find that it's and I just sent message to him. I got some his account details and something like that.
That is the thing, like. These criminals and all, they are like developing new ideas there. So we also need to work on different types of extraction techniques. Traditionally we need to follow physical imaging. That is ground rule.
Yeah.
And apart from that, sometimes it happens so that if a phone device or a mobile phone device is not the primary evidence, sometimes it happens. Always mobile phones won't be the primary evidences from a crime scene. Always they will be 70 to 80%. It will be a accessory evidence only. So sometimes we need to break into that particular phone using dirty techniques.
Yeah, he's searching history. That's also help us, and WhatsApp chats.
Yeah, so like that, in that way, or dirty flashing is also one such technique. But most of these kind of techniques, sometimes it is not accepted in the court of law. They require proper channel. If we go through that, sometimes we might not get information. So these all are like ground-related problems, ground level problems.
I also like that experience in my last forensic work, school smuggling case. That's also I check. The officers tell me to check the WhatsApp. That time I got they have a group. They have in Bangalore they take gold and take money from the another state to here and take the gold back. They have a code like it. That I didn't understand that code. I had to take that to officer. They asking that.
We were talking about actually the case study related, like when we are extracting information.
Extracting information.
WhatsApp chatting and all. One particular thing is when we talk about bank related financial scams or frauds also, the bulk recovery of amount is not possible. Why it is not there? Because traditionally we know that all those transactions which is beyond 2 lakhs, it requires 2 different types of PIN. One is from the manager from that particular bank, and one PIN needs to be given by the account holder. But what happens is through this social engineering technique only, the holder's PIN is easily we get it. And the victim doesn't know that this particular the pin which needs to be authorized from the manager end, that is automated one.
Okay.
So that creates a problem. It is secure, we all know. But the thing is, once one end becomes loose, the complete security mechanism becomes weak.
Yeah.
So that is the problem. And these kind of techniques, these type of artifacts, I mean, how we can quote any artifacts related to this?
Yes.
They should be OTP or there are something. So some cases we tend to correlate this particular scenario using what type of bank accounts they use. What we have seen during OLX scams or Flipkart related scams and all, we have seen people using Airtel Bank. We all know that Airtel Bank accounts can be created with the phone numbers only. And through this Airtel small bank accounts, mobile number based bank accounts, they create multiple shell accounts. So once a bulk amount is received, it is being made into small component amounts, and it is being transferred immediately to those shell accounts, and immediately it is withdrawn. So that is
not possible to freeze.
Freeze it or trace it back. Even if we trace it back, it will go to some number which they got it through some kind of fake Aadhaar card or some or the other thing.
Okay.
I mean, if you go to Northeast, specifically some regions in India, people tend to sell their Aadhaar card or ration cards for money. They don't know what type of outcome will be there. They simply sell it for some amount of money. Through that ration card or Aadhaar card, people are getting
These fraud peoples also that didn't have no much cybersecurity.
If you see, Jamtara is the cybercrime capital in India. Jamtara is in Jharkhand. It is a small town, small kind of a thing. And they don't have a lavish hacker or like a proper degree or anything, nothing. They are good at social engineering, that's all. So that's how
mainly social engineering, little bit
bit of tech tools, that's all. And it became a cybercrime capital of India. So that is the scenario now. So and with the AI, it might increase to multiple folds. So that definitely student needs to understand this AI techniques also. How to work around deepfakes or AI related prompting. AI prompting engineering is also currently an emerging field. AI prompt engineering is actually a job. How to prompt properly, it is actually a job.
That if you're using ChatGPT, they have AI tools, but our prompt make the correct answer. Otherwise, ChatGPT will give the wrong answer.
Wrong answers without any referencing or anything like that. So that is the thing.
And especially, sir, we have your forensic experience. In we are going to a precise location, especially going to we have backupping. We have two ways. One is backupping and imaging, and another extraction. What tools you are using for the imaging and backupping for that?
For imaging, we use the traditional XZM, XRY, these all tools only. We take the physical image. For extraction, we use Binwalk or XRY imager is also there. So, but I'll tell you, the actual problem is not about this particular image extraction.
So two steps. Imaging and extraction. So it takes same time.
Yes. People don't understand this. Both process are very different, but it will take exactly the same amount of time. They think that if we have a logical or a physical image, they think that through somehow some magic we will present the information.
We are taking an entire clone of that.
And they believe that on this Falana date, what is the WhatsApp message has been sent. We need to showcase. How? We need to first prepare that particular evidence for presentation.
Some tools are taking deleted files also.
Yes. One particular interesting, this related to extraction scenario only. This particular person and his family believed that he has been hacked. He's a tattoo artist.
So your experience in last
He's a tattoo artist. He owns up a tattoo shop, and his family is owning up a small club in a posh area. The thing is, he believed that his shop and the club and house, all the network has been hacked, and continuously someone is monitoring them. So as a commoner, what do you expect? What type of evidence will be submitted in this case? We think that they should have submitted their mobile phones, computers, or some of the other laptops like that.
So devices only. Intelligence.
That guy submitted routers. Wi-Fi routers, because he believed that somehow through his Wi-Fi only someone is peeping into his personal life.
I simply say someone is entered to the network.
But he is not willing to give his phone or anything. And also, due to some higher level connections or something, this became a pressure. Somehow solve this case. How to solve this case? Then we
You have no choice. Only
yeah,
router is the choice.
yeah, only routers is there, and we know for a fact that router is only having EPROM. And how much amount of data will be there?
Yeah.
15 MB max.
No backup there.
No backup there. So what we did, we took that particular router and we used a very novel extracting technique, CS341A, that is a programmer, firmware programmer. So we connected that particular pin to the firmware of router. We extracted that information using binwalk. We converted that information into user readable format.
Okay.
Through that, we got the username, password, last login activity, and last connected devices IP addresses.
Yeah.
Once those last known IP addresses are there, we match that IP addresses and MAC addresses with the
Those who are using this network.
yeah, who all are using these devices. Luckily, we got one third-party IP address, and with that IP address, we mapped it to the ISP.
Yeah.
ISP gave us different location. We pinpointed that location. This is the point of attacker. Go and fetch them.
Okay.
So this is a luck by chance. This can't happen every time.
Yeah.
We all know that how much difficult it is to get the firmware level information.
Yeah, if that intruder
Yes.
is using VPN, that time we will find them.
Decentralized VPNs are there nowadays. I mean, Deeper Connect is providing decentralized networks nowadays.
Yeah.
Now that becomes a hardware VPN now.
Yeah.
Now in that kind of scenario, people can't trace it back also, and people started using it for commercial reasons. Now this becomes a issue. Okay, we know the technique how to get the data from the firmware, but data and information is two different things.
Yeah.
First, people need to understand these things. Information is processed data.
Processed data.
People believe that they have 4 TB of data. Why they can't present a substantial evidence? They need to understand out of this
The
4
4
TB.
GB need 1 hour length.
Yeah, 4 TB data needs to process.
Yeah.
And only after that only there will be a information which can be presented in the court of law. So that is the ground level problems. So related to extractions. Yes, for extractions there are different type of techniques. Using hardware, you can use CS34 series of hardware modules which can extract data from firmware or any other known ROM devices. If you want to use softwares, there are we have something called binwalk XRY and all. So that can fetch information from those devices and it can convert it into user readable format. So these are things are there.
Okay. So there's also you just tell a story that 3 guys you got more case solution. Could you explain that?
Yeah. So like that case study related to
you go for another case, but you got finalized with end up with another cases.
Yeah. So exactly, it was a case of infidelity. We started off with a different kind of a mindset. Okay, we need to profile the phone. We need to give the proof that indeed this person was that person was indulged in some kind of affair. But when we started off imaging that device, profiling that information and all, we got some WhatsApp chats and different types of screenshots of different payments that pinpointed to 3 different types of crimes.
Cases.
Wife is into scams. Husband is into some kind of different OLX scams and Flipkart frauds and all. The third person who was in connection with the wife, he was into some different types of crime. So on the table, we got 4 different types of cases now. We started off with one case.
The human emotional issues goes to a wrong.
Go different things.
You're totally messed up them.
And each one is blaming with ample amount of I will be approver for this case, I will be approver for that case. So case is somehow solved, but the thing is amount of psychological bias created in this particular case is too much, because each time we need to listen to their story, then only we can figure it out. Okay, whether what type of devices we can fetch more for gaining more insight into this particular type of cases. So we started off with mobile phone, and it increased up to 2 laptops, 3 PCs, and some different types of hard disk, SSDs, everything. It went on increasing like anything.
If you are going to find an innocent person, it's going to wrong.
Yeah. And the problem is, in these 3%, none of them are innocent.
Okay.
Yet we need to prove that in this particular case, where the particular thing was filed in the court of law, out of these three, one is innocent. That we need to prove.
Yeah.
For
But
that,
these three guys are kept in different
different kinds. That created an issue. Extraction also becomes too much time consuming. Each SSD, HDD, whatever they gave, it is amounting up to 2 TB, 3 TB, like that.
Oh, okay.
Each imaging will take time, each extraction will take time. So
It's a fast for minimum 80 GB.
yes,
It will take 8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah.
So straight away it stretched like anything. But somehow everything was sorted out. Two of them became approved in this particular case, and one got convicted. Two got some kind of compensation related things. They submitted back the money or something. Some arrangement was done. So that case
The
was
main
sorted.
thing, we need a patience.
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience is the key. And
See, Navy is not foreign, it's SOC also.
so also. And what this students thinks that we will wear a hoodie, type some commands, and some magic will happen.
Like a film.
Film
See,
and-
everyone is getting interesting cybersecurity like that.
Yeah.
They're seeing hacking in films,
Yeah.
short film, reels,
Yes.
Instagram reels.
Yeah.
They are motivated. Then they have a motive in some their life experience also. They need to hack their friends.
Yeah.
Or someone is taking them and they need to hack back.
Yes.
They are taking these two carriers.
They become too much vengeful, or like they want to take revenge on someone. They choose this cyber warfare as a different technique.
Yeah.
Or they think that, okay, you have harmed me, you have hit me, I will hack into your device. They don't understand to what extent it can be escalated. Because in India, modern modifications and done to this judicial legislature and everything, it is now completely different. Earlier, it was just few lakhs of compensation. Now it is few crores. It starts from few crores, and it is taken much more serious than the normal crimes. If you kill someone, there is like a predefined kind of a punishment. But in cybercrime, there will be different branches.
Yeah.
If you try to put a malware into someone's device, first case will be unauthorized access to that network.
Yeah.
Second one will be breaching into the privacy. Third one will be mentally harming them some or the other way.
It's similar to murder case.
Murder
also.
case
Yeah.
only. The same amount of punishment you will be
will
getting
get.
just for putting some malware into
Yeah.
that particular device, which might have started as a joke to prank someone like that. They don't understand the
Cyber
sensitivity.
awareness. Yeah.
Because they lack that awareness.
First of all, they need to know the laws
Laws
and
and
acts
everything.
in this
Yes.
field. Yeah. And that also in SOCs field peoples, they also face some issues.
Yes.
Uh,
SOCO, it is a very great initiative. They started off like a nice,
for defending.
like collection of evidences from the scene of crime and everything. Like SOCO, you are asking, or SOC?
SOC.
SOC, okay. SOC, basically, SOC is a ideal, what do we say, job profile for these youngsters
Yeah.
who comes into this particular cyber
Just
security.
trending that.
Yeah, trending.
Yeah.
So they think that, okay, I will be a SOC analyst, and they don't understand what is L1, L2.
Yeah.
There comes a problem. We know for a fact that L1 and L2 is a basic job profile is escalation.
Yes.
If something is escalated to the higher level, they have to report it.
Yeah.
That
The
is
report
jo-
making also.
That is the job of L1. What they think, okay, L1, L2 I will become, I will only save the company. It's not like that. You have to escalate some matters to the higher ups. That is the job there. And once they get into that particular SOC, no, immediately they get bored. What they think, okay, none of the things which I anticipated is happening, this job is not good for me, they start cribbing about. They need to understand there is a hierarchy in corporate, there is a hierarchy in government. Always you need to follow that particular thing.
Yeah.
You can't save the world out of nowhere. You are not vigilante, you are
Sometimes
not.
we need a teamwork. But
Yes.
alone it's not happening.
Yes, there is no I in me, like ourselves, like that. So you always need to coordinate with the team. That is why there is different type of exercises which require different types of expertise. You alone can't image it. You alone can't triage it. You alone can't extract the information. You alone can't prepare the report.
Okay. And mostly one of the negative side for our cybersecurity field is freshers didn't get the job.
Hmm.
That's the main issue. They are facing this
Yes.
issue. Lot of students are studying in our India
Yes.
and completed the course in cybersecurity.
Yes.
But and also 60,000 plus jobs are vacancy in our
Yes.
India, but no much students are didn't get job.
Yes. That happens due to the gap between the technical expertise, the skills in demand, and what you have actually done. So what happens is students enter into that particular academic front. They believe that once the degree is done, somehow I will be getting job. That somehow is not never gonna work. You need to gain the skills because say for example their parents' generation. What might be the scenario? There will be two engineers in the village.
Yeah.
Now what is the scenario? Everyone in the village might be the engineers.
Yes.
So there is heavy
See, like
competition.
in Kerala, they says if anyone throw a stone,
Stone,
it
it
will
will
be get down engineer.
It will hit an engineer like that. Now, in this kind of a heavy competition, how will you stand out is based on your projects and what type of experience you gain during internship and all. So students needs to be very open-minded in terms of learning the things.
Yeah.
You need to learn, unlearn, relearn. That is the
Outside the academy also.
Yes, that is the agenda now. Gone are those days when we used to stick to the big old books only and go through that particular
The
books.
students they are completed a course in some academy. They think I completed everything.
Yes, that is not how it's going to work. Okay, so that student needs to be little open-minded towards the skills gaining and everything.
Yeah. Okay. And also, work in Jain forensic. If Jain campus, what initiative they do for cyber awareness in their campus?
Okay, so as a Department of Forensic Science under Jain University, we have taken certain initiatives. First and foremost is a model shift of assignments. We have stopped considering the generic assignment or activities which we used to take like paper-based assignments or chart paper or something like that. We started shifting towards prototype making.
Oh.
If you have thought about an idea, make a prototype of it and showcase it. We have included AI mandatorily into the curriculum.
Okay.
How it works? Say for example, if a student, for example, I take mobile and network forensics. In the class, if I say that there is a requirement to try as a TCP module, I can ask simply OSIs which layer will work with TCP.
TCP, yeah.
That is one way. But what I will do, I'll create a network scenario
Okay.
and I'll tell them there is a TCP based attack. Can you find out the payload?
Oh, okay.
So like that. So in this way, I can make them learn about TCP, IP, how it works, and what type of payloads can be working in this way. So some of the students will find out easily. Some of the students will take help. But definitely they will find it eventually.
That time they want to know the network also.
Yes. So what they will do a quick R&D, quick
Yeah.
research. They will take help from Perplexity, ChatGPT. So let it be. But end of the day, what is my aim is to make them learn how network works. So they will understand, okay, TCP IP will work with fourth layer. This is the transaction modules. Payload might be the reverse interpreter kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they will quickly know that and they will start finding that.
Yeah.
Once they find the answers, this particular whole scenario will translate into a concept and that concept is etched to their mind forever.
Yeah.
So that is how this particular thing is done. And apart from that, traditional expos or conferences, workshops, IV, industrial visits, even some of the technical labs last year we visited. One of the lab was like Techbyheart's lab only in Bangalore. We got our students here for this cybercrime awareness week as a part of that. And we showcased this how the lab scenario works in a corporate sector level. So these are some kind of initiatives.
And
which
also documentation.
Yes,
also important for
documentation. So that is how department is taking up initiatives for these kind of works.
Myth and misconception in our ethical hacking and cybersecurity field.
Yeah, myths. I will say that people believe that some or the other way information can be secure forever, or my system is too much secure, or iPhones are too much secure. I'll say none of the information is secure.
Not secure. Digital not secure.
If it
As
is-
many of them is buying iPhones for
Security purpose.
Because I think 168 news report this with 168 times more than Android, iPhone is hackable.
iPhone is hackable. So even in a technical report released by China's and everywhere, it merely takes 3 seconds to hack Android. It takes 6 seconds to hack iPhone. For that added 3 seconds, if you want to spend 1.5 lakh.
In our forensic also,
Forensic also.
if you are connected to an Android device, we need to 2 more 3 4 steps for that.
Yeah.
And iPhone no need that.
Oh,
Only
no
single
need.
port plug
Only
in.
connected. That's all. I tune up utilities. Everything will come.
That is hackable there.
So
And I think it's one more myth is that our digital world. Many of them is taking the myth from our films and other things.
where people think that there are certain tools. For example, I'll quote one particular example: Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
There is a concept of God's eye.
Yeah.
People believe that that particular device can be recreated. Yes, definitely it can be recreated, but not in a very easy way. In that movie, what they have shown is that God's Eye can connect to any known CCTV cameras, any devices, and it can fetch the footage in real time. And it will do the automated facial recognition, give the person's name, age, and what is their case study, and what type of crime they have done. Everything.
In Tom Cruise for a lot of films.
Tom Cruise and all. It is like that, and it is good that these kind of movies are like creating an inquisitiveness in the young minds. But at the same time, we need to make these students aware about ground realities.
Yeah, that's awareness also, and give a little bit
reality check.
Yeah,
we need to strongly give them a reality check. Otherwise, what the student will think, their imagination is boundless.
Yeah.
And if that imagination is not fulfilled in a positive way, they might start getting depressed, and anxiety and other issues are there. So traditionally, we need to teach them the ground reality, and also tell them like what major developments you can incorporate into your life. Like that. That's the thing.
And that's all. Thank you, sir. Your valuable time in our show.